Imagine standing in a room full of people, knowing you have something important to say, but your throat tightens, your heart races, and fear steals your voice. Not because you are weak, but because you were never taught to believe in your own worth. This is not just a story. It's a mirror for anyone who has ever felt invisible in their own life. Life is not a straight road. It is more like a long bridge hanging over uncertainty. Some people cross it boldly, trusting their steps. Others freeze in the middle, terrified of falling. Not because they cannot walk, but because fear whispers lies into their ears. In a growing industrial town surrounded by factories and narrow streets lived a man named Ion, a quiet young clerk in a shipping office. He was intelligent, observant, and hardworking, but none of that was visible to the world. His silence hid everything. Ion lived with his widowed mother Sophia, his confident elder cousin Rahil, and his uncle Naveed, a strict man who believed strength meant loudness. Rahil was admired everywhere. He spoke well, negotiated boldly, and never hesitated. Ion, on the other hand, avoided conversations, lowered his eyes, and spoke only when spoken to. At work, his supervisor, Mr. Collins, noticed Ion's accuracy, but never promoted him. "You're capable," he once said, "but you don't seem ready for responsibility." What he really meant was, you don't believe in yourself. Co-workers often took advantage of Ion's silence. Mistakes he didn't make were blamed on him. He accepted everything quietly, thinking, maybe I deserve this. At home, his uncle compared him constantly. "Look at Rail," he would say. "He walks like a leader. You walk like an apology." Each word dug deeper into Ion's heart. Slowly, fear became his identity. One evening, Ion was entrusted with verifying an important shipment, a chance to prove himself. During the process, a confident man named Victor arrived, claiming to be a partner from headquarters. Ion felt something was wrong, but fear blocked his questions. He signed the papers without confirmation. By morning, the office was in chaos. Goods were stolen. Losses were massive. Ion was fired on the spot. The shame crushed him. His uncle called him a disgrace. His cousin looked away in disappointment. Even his mother, though gentle, had no words to comfort him. That night, Ion wandered to the old railway bridge outside the town. Trains roared beneath, carrying people with destinations, with purpose. He felt like someone left behind by life itself. "I'm invisible," he whispered. "If I disappear, nothing will change." Just then, a calm voice spoke behind him. "Are you sure about that?" An old woman named Miriam, a retired schoolteacher, stood there with a lantern. She had seen many lost souls pass this bridge. She listened, really listened, as Ion poured out years of fear, failure, and self-hate. When he finished, she said softly, "Fear didn't ruin your life. Fear borrowed your voice, and you let it." She invited him to her modest home and offered him a strange deal. "Give me 4 days. Do exactly what I say. No excuses." With nothing left, Ion agreed. On the first day, she asked him to read aloud every morning and night. Not for others, for himself. His voice shook, but he continued. On the second day, she sent him to help a street vendor count earnings and talk to customers. Every interaction burned, but he survived. On the third day, she made him stand in the town square and tell his story to strangers. His hands trembled, but for the first time, people listened. On the fourth day, she sent him back to his office, not to beg for his job, but to speak the truth about the fraud he had suspected. Ion did. The investigation proved him right. A fraudster was caught. His name was cleared. But something more important had changed. Ion no longer bowed his head. Months later, he wasn't just rehired, he was promoted. People noticed his calm confidence. His uncle stopped shouting. His cousin began respecting him. And Ion finally saw himself, not as broken, but as becoming. Before leaving town, Mariam said one final thing. Confidence is not loud. It is quiet belief that you deserve space in this world. Ending. Fear will try to convince you that silence is safety. But silence only protects fear, not you. Confidence is built the moment you choose to speak, even with a shaking voice. If you are listening to this story and feel seen, this is your sign. Your voice matters. Your journey matters. And your strength is waiting for you to claim it. If this story touched your soul, support Tales with Souls by liking, sharing, and leaving your thoughts below. Until next time, stay brave, stay humble, and keep moving forward.